Good morning, everyone. My love them here.
Are you guys awake?
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, everyone stand up, please. Guy at the back who's looking at his laptop. Yes, please, thank you. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Let's try this again. Good morning.
Good morning.
I can't hear you at the back.
Good morning.
Okay, thank you. Keep standing, don't sit first. So my name is Lishan. This is Sami. The two of us will be running a session today. I think Sami was here last week. Some of you might recognize him. I was here first week. So really happy to be back. And just one note before we hand it over to Rosemary to do some recap. This session is supposed to be built specifically for you to help you think about how to solve problems and manage your time and all that. But just one thing, as I've always said, how much you put in determines how much you get out of it. So please try to stay awake, try to contribute more, and look like you're awake at the back. Are you awake? Okay, good. I'm going to assume you are. So please try to participate as much as you can, and we will try to make this fun for you as well. All right? Okay?
Okay.
You have anything to add? No. Okay, so we're going to quickly go into recap from last session. I'm going to hand this over to Rosemary. Jaya. Here you go. Everyone please take a seat. And try to stay awake, yeah?
Hi guys, good morning.
Morning.
We met 2 weeks ago, right? So do you guys still remember what was last 2 weeks ago session about? 1 or 2 words? Do y'all still remember anything? Do y'all still remember our role play? I can only hear from volunteers. What about you guys? Alright, okay, the previous session was about intra and interpersonal communication, correct? So what you guys mainly learned about was about the 7 basic communication skills. Okay, do you still remember what is the 7 basic communication skills? You guys get points.
Yes, please.
You get points if you answer. You don't remember anything.
2 points for 1 skill.
What was the answer? Sorry? Listening. Okay, 2 points for her.
Yeah.
Anyone wants point? Okay, she gets 4 points. 4 points. Because she gets 2 points. Okay, I know. Okay, what do you know? Interpreting. Okay. Interpreting we actually learned during the okay, you got 2 points. Alright. That was the 7 communication skills that you all learned, which is the reading, writing, listening, speaking, and etc. Correct? And for the building and managing relationships, like our boss. Where's our boss? Michael? Are you Michael? Yeah. Okay. And the role plays that you all did with your volunteers, how to encourage someone to talk when they are angry, or how you summarize the whole thing, and so on, right? Okay, we'll go on to today's topic.
Okay, so today's topic is going to be self-organization and brain stimulus. So what are we going to try to cover, and what is the point of today's session? So first, we need to identify critical thinking skills. So essentially it's to know what is required to essentially help you solve problems, okay? We need to describe the barriers to critical thinking. So what problems do people usually encounter when they try to think of an issue and try to essentially find a solution? And then next we're going to cover creativity. So Sami is going to help us define creativity, describe the common myths and productive assumptions about creativity. And the most important thing is to be able to apply some of those critical and creative thinking skills to help you solve real world problems essentially, right? And last but not least, improve your ability to plan and prioritize tasks. So essentially today's topic is going to be applicable to your day-to-day life. You're going to use your skills in critical thinking to help you solve even day-to-day problems like, okay, should I go to University A or go to University B? Should I pick movie A or movie B? So, and then critical thinking skills going together with creative thinking skills then help you think about what are the creative ways to help solve your day-to-day problems. Okay? At the meantime, put your hands up or let your volunteers know if there are any other expectations or any other objectives that you would like to get out of today's session, and we'll try to cover that at the end of today's training. Okay? Right. So, first off, we're going to start off with ice breaking. So, getting to know everyone. Since you guys are still quite sleepy, I think this activity is going to be quite useful. So, what we're going to do is, first of all, as usual, we are required to, you're supposed to throw the ball at each other. We'll be playing music. And then, essentially, if the ball lands at you, you're supposed to describe your friend, someone who's in your team, on how the week has been for each of the teammates. So, do you think this week she looked quite tired, or she looked quite happy, or she looked like she's achieved something, or she looked busy, or whatever? So, once the ball lands with you, you need to describe for each and single one of your team member on how the week has been for them. Questions? Clear? All good? Okay. Okay, sorry, there's no music. So, Eric has volunteered to sing, so. Okay, let's just do one thing. Can everyone stand up?
Come on.
Thank you. So I'm going to just throw the ball randomly at a random team, and that person who catches the ball will have to do whatever that we just described. Okay? Are you ready for the ball?
Yeah.
Are you ready for the ball? Okay. You don't sound very ready.
Ready!
Try it, yeah? I scared when he someone's face. Oh! Nice. Nobody wants to catch a ball. Can we start off with your name? And then...
My name is Michael.
Hi, Michael. Thanks for catching the ball. Can you first introduce your teammate to us, their names and what they like and don't like? Sorry?
My name is Elizabeth.
Can't hear you.
My name is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Okay.
Jonah.
Alright. And
Green.
they're doing great. How do you know? Like, all of them are doing great, is it? Like none of them are stressed out, none of them are like tired or whatever, is it? You're so sure. Is he telling the truth? Is he telling the truth?
You all discussed about it yesterday.
Alright, I'm gonna take your word for it. Fine. Please throw the ball around and let's see if the other team has also discussed about it yesterday. Oh, great! Okay, what's your name?
My name is Kevin.
Okay, and who are your teammates?
She is Angelica, Joanna, and Yuri.
Okay. So, how do you think they've been doing for this week?
They are tired.
Why? You discussed about it yesterday. Or what were you all doing yesterday that you think all of them are tired? All of them are tired, is it? Okay, so Angelica doesn't look like she's very tired now.
Just now she drank power look.
Is that true? Is that true? Really? So, how about her? The other 2 teammates.
She is tired, really tired.
You're tired. Why are you tired? Oh, you slept late. Okay. Busy preparing for this session, isn't it? Okay. And yourself? Feeling okay? Good week? Better than the week before? Yes? Okay. Alright, thank you. Oh, how about yourself?
Normal.
Normal. What does normal mean? Like happy or fine? All good. Better than last week. But you don't know why it's better than last week. Don't know why it's just better. Okay, can, thanks. Okay, pass the ball around and we'll see. Okay, what's your name?
My name is David.
Hi, David. So who's in your team?
This is Michelle and this is Davis.
How about the volunteers? What are their names? You all introduce yourself already, right? Oh man.
How can you forget this is handsome, this is
That's very creative.
Yeah, very creative. So how are you and how are your teammates doing?
I'm tired and I think they are so sleepy also.
Why are you tired?
Was asleep late yesterday.
Oh, she also slept yesterday.
Yes. We haven't rehearsal yesterday.
Oh, you have rehearsal yesterday. Okay. Rehearsal also. Oh, okay. And your teammate?
I think she looked good. Davis also look good. And this handsome and pretty also look better.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Please.
My name is Patrick.
Patrick. And the volunteer name? Like that. Why do you think she looks half dead? Why do you think she looks half dead? Also rehearsal, is it? I see. But you look quite awake, like she. Not really. Not really. Why is everyone feeling so tired today? I don't understand. Everyone rehearsed until very late yesterday. Okay. Thanks. Pass the ball behind.
My name is Colin and Martin. James and Richie.
And the volunteer? That's Jimmy. Okay, so how have you been this week?
Tired.
Also rehearsal, is it? Really or not? Okay. And your teammates?
James seemed busy and tired.
Why do you think he seems busy and tired?
He also has rehearsal.
Oh, okay. Okay, and come on. I think he looks also a bit sleepy today, right?
Sleepy and sad.
And And what? Stress, Why? What stress?
Exam.
Oh, your exam's coming up. How come he's the only one in this entire room who's stressed about the exam? And how are you? You okay?
Fine.
Alright, get the key now, okay? We're gonna try to let you guys break if we can, But you need to be try to stay awake and be engaged in the session while we're going through the topics, alright? Alright?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Everyone, please take a. Oh, sorry. Before everybody sits down.
It was Michael's birthday yesterday.
Shall we sing you a birthday song? Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Michael. Happy birthday to you. Okay, next we're going to talk about the step up challenge. Jia's going to walk you through.
Okay, hi guys. This is something you all know, right? Every week. Alright, the first award is actually for team. Alright, so the team that gets highest point, they are considered as the A team award. Alright, they'll be given A team award. Alright, and the second one will be for the person who has insightful questions. But if you notice, right, so far no one asked any questions. It's empty. Insightful questions. Okay, so start asking questions more and more and more. Our trainers are actually waiting for you to ask. They're very eager to answer your questions. Alright, and the last one will be for those who answers a lot of questions. If you can see, some of you like Joey, one or two of you got no points at all. So start grabbing your points, and so that you can win prizes. Alright. I think there's like a hamper prizes for you guys if you really get high points. Okay. I'll just pass it over to the trainer.
Okay, can we conclude on the points that we've gotten so far? So I see there's 29 for the chaser. Where's
Okay, for the group award, group 3, the chaser, and group 4, SecCom, is actually leading. Alright, they are equal, 29-29. Okay, second place is group 5, creative. So today is your day. Be extra creative and get your points. And third place is group 1 and group 2, which is MJJ and TK, 21-21. Okay. Can you guys you also remember you have your name card, your group name, the Manila card? Could you please put it on the table so that we know which group you all still have it? Okay, creative still has it. They get extra point for that. Okay, so for the individual, Richie is leading, as well as Michael, and also David. Yeah. Okay, so the rest hurry up, grab your points, don't just give it away to another person. Alright?
Okay, cool. So wait, this is Team Creative and this is what?
Yeah, group 3.
You don't even know your team name, right? SecCom, okay, and the team over there? What team are you guys on? MJJ, okay, MJJ, and here is PA. At the back? Okay, we're gonna jump to the first topic, which is on critical thinking. Before we tell you what critical thinking is, I just want you to think through, just as part of what do you think critical thinking is, right? So, essentially, critical thinking is not about seeing things in just black and white. So, as you go through your day-to-day life problems, you'll realize that a lot of questions, they're not just yes and no, go or no go. There are a lot of gray areas, right? True or not? Right? Yes? Okay, good. So, critical thinking essentially is supposed to help you make a decision even if it's a gray area, right? Okay. Now, like I mentioned, it's not just about answering a question with yes or no. It's also not about failing to see the linkages between ideas. So very often, things in life are related, right? So when you see a certain situation in person is tired, okay? The person is tired and the person went for rehearsal yesterday. A person who doesn't have critical thinking will think that, oh my gosh, she's so tired today. Is it because she doesn't enjoy my presence or whatever? But no, because she went for rehearsal yesterday, she was tired and probably she has some trouble lately. That's why she seems tired this morning. So you need to be able to see linkages between issues. And also to be able to not be able to see complexity, taking everything at face value. So if today your friend looks unhappy, you're just noting that, okay, maybe I did something wrong to make the person unhappy, but you cannot take things at face value. You need to understand what the person has been going through and talk to the person to understand, to be able to help the person solve a problem. Again, failure to recognize related elements, thinking that your facts are the only relevant ones, so thinking that you're always right. For example, if you're in a discussion, your friend points out an opinion and you're like, no, I think mine is the only valid one, then you're not demonstrating critical thinking. Okay? Thinking that your perspective is the only one that's reasonable and thinking that your goal is the only valid one. So this is not critical thinking, okay? So what then is critical thinking, right? So it's the ability to be able to think clearly and rationally, the ability to be able to reflect and think independently. So when you're in a discussion, let's say your teacher says that, okay, or maybe not teacher, maybe you are in a discussion with your friends, right? Your friends say that, oh, I think that cat is better than dog. So if you're a person who can't reflect and you don't have independent thinking, you just agree whatever your friend says without really thinking, is it really true that cat is better than dog? Or is it really true that being a teacher is better than being a policeman? You know? So you need to be able to think on your own feet and to reflect on what actually makes sense. Okay, the third one, someone with critical thinking skills are able to do the following. So first, understand the logical connections between ideas. Able to identify, construct, and evaluate arguments. Able to find out what is the inconsistency and common mistakes made in reasoning. Be able to solve problems systematically. Identify the relevance and importance of ideas. And lastly, reflect on the justification of one's own beliefs and values. I think the last point is actually very important. So very often in life, even in your day-to-day interaction with anyone at all, not everyone is the same. So you're going to have different opinions. So when you're in a situation like that, what do? You can either choose to be like, this person is really wrong, like he thinks A, but I really just don't agree. Or you can be like, hey, maybe there is some truth in whatever your friend is saying. Find out why the person is thinking in such a manner. And then only make the choice to say, okay, is this something that I can buy in, or is it something that maybe we will just agree to disagree, right? So this is a skill that you will be able to apply on your day-to-day interaction, all the way to making big decisions for your future. Okay? Okay, so what does it mean to think critically? So first, observe the world. So you will realize very often people come with big ideas, or people come with something that's like some groundbreaking moment. It's when you spend the time and observe what's going on around you, to observe why people behave certain ways, why things respond certain ways. That's the first step of beginning to think critically, right? So observing the world is very important. That's the first step. Now second, then you need to recognize what exactly is going on. So for example, let me think about an example. So observe the world could be something like, you realize that there are a lot of teenagers like yourself who are going through schools, you meet a lot of people at school and you have friends and all that. And you realize a lot of teenagers like yourself have questions and doubts about what you're going to do in the future. So that's something that you observe, right? Now you need to recognize what's going on. You need to recognize that, oh, okay, these are people who are exactly like me, and they are going through, some thinking that I'm also doing. So that's recognizing on what's going on. The third step on analyzing and synthesizing, interpret your observations. Then you need to ask the question, why? why are people behaving in certain ways? Why are we, sometimes we think about, oh, which university we're going to go to, we feel like, oh, we don't really know yet. You need to ask the question why. So it could be that, okay, identify conclusions and potential actions. So it could be that because I don't have enough information yet about what I'm going to do, or I don't have enough information on what I actually like doing yet, that's why I'm feeling a bit confused, like all the other people out there. Then you think of what actions that you can plan and take to be able to help solve your problem, right? So then you think, okay, maybe I need to do some research on what are the available courses out there. I need to learn a little bit more about myself. What do I like? What do I not like? And then next, you need to reflect on what has changed as a result of taking action. So then, you need to ask yourself, after doing all those research and after maybe talking to my friends to find out what kind of person I am, am I less confused now? Am I clearer on what I need to do? So you need to reflect on what has actually worked for you or what hasn't. Okay? And then last thing is to identify learning. So obviously, if you realize that by doing more research, by talking to more people, actually helps clear out your confusion, then keep doing that because that's going to help solve your problem. And if you realize that just locking yourself in a room feeling stressed out is not going to work, then stop locking yourself in a room and get down to talking to people and reading to solve the problem. So these are essentially the key steps to help you think critically and eventually help you solve a problem. Okay? Any questions? Okay. There is actually the so-called cycle of critical thinking. It's essentially what we have just discussed. So first one, like we mentioned, it's scanning the environment. So this is when you collect data from about the issue, right? So if it's about my friend is feeling stressed, how do you collect data? Talk to the person, talk to the friends who are close to your friend to find out why the person is feeling stressed. Second, awareness. So when you're gathering your data, you will start to realize, or you find out more about the issue itself. And then you start to connect all the dots on what actually is going on. Okay, that's step 2. The third one is about identifying action. So once you really know what the root cause is, then you need to start to think about how do you address the issue and what actions can you actually take to address the issue like we discussed. Okay? And then the fourth one is obviously taking the action, and then fifth one is actually change will start to occur when you are taking an action towards a problem, right? So as a result of taking action, what are the changes that you notice? The positive, the negative, what are the things that have worked well for you, things that haven't worked well. And then the last one is key learning for yourself. So the things that you have worked well, I mean, what are those and what are the areas that you can improve on? And most importantly is what do you actually learn from thinking critically about this issue. Okay, it's whatever that we just discussed. Alright? So I'm going to pick another team now to tell me what. Okay, next we're actually going to do an activity, essentially applying the 6 steps that you have described onto statements or issues. Okay? So, we have 20 minutes for this activity. Essentially, okay, give me a second. Okay, so there are actually 7 statements here, but I think why not we all just focus on statement number 7. So studying last minute gives the same results in exam as studying daily consistently. Okay, first of all, who agrees? Oh, come on, let me share. I'm sure all of you here agree. So what it means is, if I study every single day versus if I study 1 hour before my exam, I'm just going to get 100% anyway. Who agrees?
I wish it were true.
Okay, so everyone clear on the last statement? Studying last minute is the same as studying every day. So if everyone's clear, we're going to do the activity as such, okay? As you can remember, there are 6 steps to while critically thinking about this issue, right? So we're going to go through step by step. I think you have notes on your folder on the steps that are required. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pick one more team. Actually, who wants to volunteer to present? Okay, come. Yay!
One back the point.
Yeah.
Our group always make a difference. Our answer is depend. Our answer depend. We just depend because there are quite some factors that affect it. The factors are the subjects, the syllabus, the activity, and interest. Example, if you interested in that subject, then you will definitely put more effort on it. If you study daily, you don't have the interest to do on that subject. Probably you just read, here come in and here go out.
That's all.
There's no point.
Wait. Sorry. When you say there's no point, right? What do you mean?
That means you're wasting your time.
Okay, so let me summarize it. So what you're saying is, let's say you really don't like history, like sejarah, you just shut down. So what do? You don't study because you have no interest, is it?
Because later I will say.
Okay.
Continue. The factor that is activity is maybe our answer is depend because if we have last minute we do our study when there is activity, so we can't get to study. Therefore, we need to reject it. That's why our answer is depend. Next, which one you want?
Which one I want? Which one that comes next? This one? Wait. It's not that very sexy, right?
Step 3. Subjects. Maybe hard subject you can study earlier a bit. Maybe easy subject, maybe you can study last minute because you're interested in that. Anything can go into your mind.
So what you're saying is, if let's say got 3 subjects, right? I like this. Okay, my 2 subjects are my favorite and the one I hate the most. So the one that I hate the most, I have to start a lot earlier. Because here go in, here go out. So if I start 3 months earlier, maybe some will go in lah. So if I like this one a lot, then I can just study 2 days before because it's easier to go in.
Some more, if you studying 2-3 months ago, probably maybe you will forget some. It's like study last minute sometimes.
Sometimes.
Because it's fresh. It's still fresh.
Okay, interesting.
Let me ask you, if you have
You're your own man, look at this.
if I hurt myself, I go to the doctor. I ask him, when did you study? I studied last night. Will you go to him?
Sorry.
I have to do some surgery. Okay? I go to the doctor.
When did you pass your doctor's?
They say last night.
Yeah.
In term like in the Grey's Anatomy show
No. The real doctor, he tells me that I just studied last day. So you think, will you trust him?
That's not particular.
Okay, let me do my comment. What is the data points? Basically 3 data points. One is you look at his past result. You look at their subject syllabus, whether it's difficult or not. The thing when he said the activities is basically his daily activities, his tuition, rehearsal, football, video games, and so on. So he lists down all these data points so that he can make the awareness of, okay, a lot of activities are very busy now. That's why he said to take up some of the enjoyment. That's his awareness. His awareness from past result, if it's very poor, he needs to spend more time. So that's awareness of whether his strength and weaknesses.
So it's depend.
So basically normally, right, you look at where's your strength and weaknesses and interests first before you prioritize on what you study first, right? But it doesn't mean that, for something that you're super good at, you just study like one day before. It doesn't mean that, right? It just means that compared to the one that you're not so good at, you don't like as much, you study slightly later. Really, it's like 2 days, 3 days. Compared to 2 months, 3 months.
Yes.
Right. Right. Okay, alright, keep going.
Can we have more points? Our step 4 is
Taking action.
taking action. Maybe in our week subject, maybe we need to buy some workbooks or we need to buy some dictionary to gain our vocab. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Makes sense. So, step 5.
Yes.
Change occur. Our answer is also depend.
Why?
Because there are many skills.
There are many what?
There are many. Yeah.
So okay, wait, let me summarize this up. So what you're saying is first you prioritize based on your strength and interest, right? And after you say, okay, if let's say I go like activities, maybe I need to prioritize and play less and study more, right? And after you say, in terms of action, for subjects that you're not so good at, you buy dictionary or you buy reference books, right? So after buying dictionary and buying reference books and studying hard and not play so much, then what's the change?
Depends.
Depends.
You need to play hard. You need to play more in order to gain knowledge.
That is.
The Milo.
That
Play more, learn more.
Okay, this answer is maybe but not the rest. The answer is yes. Change occur. Good result.
No, but I kind of agree, right? Because, right, I agree that sometimes you learn more when you're playing. When I say play, I don't really mean necessarily computer games or Facebook, right? It actually means, if you rehearse in things, you participate in concerts, sometimes even hang out with your friends, you learn things, right? So in that sense, it does help with the learning. But if you spend 8 hours a day sleeping, and then another 8 hours just playing, and then you spend like half an hour studying or flipping through your books, and are you really going to get good results like that? Not really, unless you're like damn smart, right? So really, it depends. So if you find a good balance between playing and studying, it could help get good results.
Yes, that's his point, yeah.
Is that your point?
Yeah.
Wait, everyone agrees or not? Who agrees? Right hand. It depends. Okay. So whether or not there's change occur depends, right? Then what's step 6 on your assessment and learning?
Step 6.
You cannot, you need to do yourself lah.
Step 6.
So let's go back, let's refresh. The topic was studying last minute and studying way in advance, you get the same results, right? And your answer is it depends, right? So what do you learn out of this entire process?
I think you have summarized all for me.
Say it. What did I just say? In your own words, like my words could be different from yours, right?
Maybe you can share your learnings of going through this exercise. What do you learn?
It depends.
To help you to make decisions.
Help me to make decisions.
Really?
Yes.
Give me an example on things that you can really immediately apply this framework to.
Example.
Going through this exercise will help you.
Miss Alice, I know where's my weakness.
You're talking about studying, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, cool. Okay, everyone happy with the answer? Thank you! Okay, I didn't have to Jaya to decide on how many points to give you, okay? Alright.
It's a little bit unfortunate because we really don't have time to come to this group because this guy actually has prepared something which is very different and very nice. But since we don't have all the time, I'll just summarize it in about 2 minutes. You see, actually in our group discussion here, we came up with this thing that, especially the first part, is scientifically it has been proven that the brain is like a sponge. So it's just like a sponge. If you pour a whole pail of water into it, it is only able to absorb a certain amount. But if you were to drip water into the sponge every day, it absorbs more, it absorbs more, and absorbs more. So there's one point that my friend was so eager to share, but it's okay, I'll just do it for you. And the other point is since he is also in football, and he has a task of trying to improve his shots and goals and all that stuff. So his experience tells us that it is a matter of 2 words that is going to be very important. Whatever you do in your studies, in your activities, music, taekwondo, dancing, ballet, in your work. One is being consistent and the other one is being regular. So you have to be regularly consistent in your practice to upgrade yourself. And I think, anything you want to add, Kenneth? No. Okay, thanks, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much, volunteers, for sharing your experience. I think we're going to take a quick break now. Food and refreshments ready. So we'll be back in 15 minutes. It's 10:35 now, so 10 minutes to 11. We'll be back here, alright? Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you in a bit.
Hello everyone. Hello. Hello. I think we haven't heard from this team so much. So now, definitely first activity, you guys are going for it. That's a heads up already. Is anyone still coming in? Kenneth, you jump. Oh. So now everybody is fresh from the understanding of critical thinking, right? Yes. So let's see how you apply it. Okay? So now, how she applied critical thinking at her problem when the trader smashed her car. What did she do? She did something creative, right? You thought of a solution and you implemented it. So let's see what is creativity. Okay? Now for creativity, let me take you back in time, somewhat 135 years behind in time. Okay? So the year is 1879. Okay? 1879, there was electricity, there was no light, of course there were no handphones, there was not a proper transportation system, people still used to use horses, okay? So that's the time, okay? And I'm talking about a person called Thomas Alva Edison, okay? If you all know, he's the inventor of the commercially used light bulb, okay? So, how does it fit with the creativity? Let's see. So, if suppose I am Thomas Edison, okay, I have a problem, okay. I know there is electricity, but there is no light. Every evening I have to light the candle. It lasts for like 2-3 hours. Then again I have to put one more candle. Not so good. In the evening I cannot do much. Cannot read. It's done. I'm not enjoying it. Okay. So I know there is electricity. How do we create a buzz? Okay. So did Thomas use this? What is this? A magic wand. Did he abracadabra light bulb? No, doesn't work. So creativity is not magic. This is actually for roti chutney, okay? I borrowed it from my kitchen, okay? So that doesn't work. Now, second. Is it mystery? Oh, magic, mystery. Is it mystery? How to create a light bulb? No. Right? Can we go to Mount Kinabalu, the highest point in Malaysia? Sit there. God help me create the light bulb. Will anybody help me? Alright. So, it is not mystery, it is not magic. So, let's see the third thing. Is it madness? Okay, let me be mad. Let me not sleep for like 10 days. I'll be really mad. And then I won't eat anything. So I'm really panicking. And maybe I'll create a bulb. Does it work that way? Alright. So what is creativity? It is complex, agreed. But it is not difficult. It can be learned. It helps when you do creative things. It is usually to help people. You have the awareness of the environment, you know the problem, you are trying to solve the problem. Okay? And that's what creativity is. It's enjoyable. And then we have the light bulb. Thomas Edison knows 1,000 ways how to not create a light bulb. And then later, 1001 time, when he was still trying for it, he was able to make the commercially available light bulb. Okay? So that's the power. That's the power of creativity. So when he was asked in an interview that, Mr. Edison, do you think that you kind of failed 1,000 times and it took you a long time? He said, no, I was creative. I know 1,000 times how a light bulb should not be created. So that's a creative answer, and it's also creativity on his part, how to come to make a light bulb. Okay? Now, in other sense, it's making something. But in other sense, like when I came in the morning, I saw Kenneth. He was playing the piano in near the breakfast area. So he was playing music, right? You were just playing it for fun, right? It was not an assignment, or you were not told to come and play the piano, right? It was for your fun, right? So it's enjoyable, right? So what's creativity? It's generating a new idea. It's taking the objects which are already available. Now, for making the light bulb, the glass was already there, the electricity was already there, the filament was already there, but it was just the right combination of things which made it work, right? So that's creativity. Any piece of music, I'm sure you guys know about the musical instruments which are made or which are originated from this part of the world. I'm not sure of the name, but it is like gongs, and you play it with small sticks. And then there is one which I saw in KK. It's like so many flutes together, and it's a nice coconut, and you blow it like this. So these are like real musical instruments which have been made by you, and with using very simple materials. But for what? Back in those days, you don't have television. So how do you pass your time? You do something creative. You create music. Then you make notes of it, and then you share it with the world, right? Thank you. So, how does creativity support the cycle of critical thinking? It's the same, the 6 steps, correct? It's scanning the environment, it's the awareness, and then once you are aware of the problem, when you have to take an action, you think about how to solve it, and then you assess it, right? So let's talk about divergent and convergent thinking. Now we have activity, so I'll first move to the activity. I'll explain you the activity, and then through the activity I'll tell you what is divergent and convergent thinking. Okay. Now the activity today, what we have is you have to create a jingle or logo. Okay. Now what's a jingle? Let me give you some examples. Just do it. Nike, right? I think I like this the most. Melts in your mouth, not in your hands. M&M.
M&M.
Everybody likes M&M, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is a more subtle one. No appointment necessary. We hear you coming. It's a muffler shop. So when do you approach a muffler shop? When you're coughing, right? So they know. No appointment is necessary. We'll know when you're coming. First, we'll hear you coughing, and then you will come to buy a muffler. Okay. So based on this, yesterday after lunch, I was thinking that if I am given this activity, what will I do? It's difficult, right? I learned the concepts of the framework of critical thinking. Now I know what is creativity. So I thought, okay, let me choose a topic. Okay. So I thought, what's popular over here? Petronas, KLCC, right? KLCC is an important destination, right? So I chose KLCC. Now I want to make a jingle, okay? Now, the first thing which I did is divergent thinking. I searched for all the popular things and I chose KLCC. That is divergent thinking, correct? It's an intellectual ability to think of many original, elaborate ideas. So I thought of KLCC, I thought of Petronas, I thought of Nasi Lemak, what is important for us, right? So I thought of all that. That is divergent. But then I fixed KLCC as my topic. Then it moves to convergent. Now what is convergent thinking? It's the intellectual ability to logically evaluate, critique, and choose the best idea from the selection of ideas. Okay. So I thought, what rhymes with KLCC? I thought very easy, sleepy. So I made my own jingle. If you are feeling dull and sleepy, let's go have fun at KLCC. Now, if I can do this in like 5 minutes, I'm sure everybody in our team can do much better than this. So we have this activity where we are in our groups. You have to first use divergent thinking, come out with all the things which you want to make jingle on. It could be products, could be places, whatever. It's totally open for you. Once you choose your products, then you use convergent thinking, right? You try to link things, link concepts with the topic which you have chosen, and then come up with a jingle. But that's not the end of it. Once you have the jingle, the next thing which you have to do, we'll provide you with newspapers and cutting material. You have to make it in some form. So I thought, okay, for my jingle, what will I do? I'll cut out two Petronas towers. Maybe I'll draw a KLCC LRT station, and I'll put my jingle there. So that will be the final chart, if I will say. So your creativity is in terms of choosing the topic, convergent thinking of ideas, coming out with original jingle, but that's not the end. You still have to present it, and using the recyclable newspapers and material, you have to present it to the audience. So the idea is, the audience should have an aha moment that, oh, this was something new. I don't know it, and I liked it. So you are advertising to the audience, right? So that's the whole expectation of the activity. Okay. So I think the volunteers will help you with thinking, but the friends have to do it, have to think and come out with their own unique singles. It could even be a slogan, okay? So you can choose any product which you like and you can create a jingle, okay? Let's go.
give her moral support, yes? Just to give her the strength.
The whole thing can come out.
Yes, okay, okay, good.
Alright, what's the whole thing involved? Everybody walk, come on.
Can we have a
Come on, come on, go, go.
Hey, the first one is ready. I'm not showing it to you.
Come on, guys, go. Well, don't worry, when the time comes, you know what to say.
Attention, please. Team MKK.
Hold on, turn it on.
Okay, ready? You're next.
Hi guys and girls. Our team is creative, and we're gonna have a very new theme that comes out, and it's a creation of a combination of various factors. So we have chosen this young lady to be our spokesman. And okay, Angelica, show them what we have. Come on, show them. Come on, show them. Put it right up there. Put it high. So a very brief explanation before I pass the mic to you, because you're going to do an explanation. The whole background is Sunbeam. Sunbeam is like an unpolished diamond. And Sunbeam, you know, an unpolished diamond, among the whole mountain of rocks, there is always one little piece of diamond. And Sunbeam home, Sunbeam kids, they are the diamond. Yes? So the whole thing will be diamonds first cannot be destroyed. So these are the Sunbeam kids, and now I'm going to pass it on to you. I will help you to hold it, so you hold the mic. Come on. No. Come on. Look at that guy at the back, right at the back, and talk to him. Don't worry about the rest. All right. Help us so we can help the world. Right. Yeah, this one. This is the most important part.
Our slogan today is help us so we can help the world. Means we need someone to help us so that next time in the future someone will, we can help somebody else to be success.
Okay, why do you share something on this?
We are precious.
Yeah, okay.
We are precious.
You are precious, right?
Yes.
Right. Come on. Alright, now.
Okay, basically our slogan is help us so that we can help others. It's like all of us here, I mean basically for the Sunbeam kids, we are in need of a lot of stuff, like studies and everything. So when people bless us, we learn to take it and learn to bless others who is in need. Maybe when we see somebody on the street, we remember that last time all of us are like this, in need, and somebody came and helped us. So we must also bless others.
Wow! Fantastic! Okay, please share one sentence. Someone say one sentence. Alright, what is this? Blessing, right? Okay. Just share one sentence, okay. Then, just one sentence will do. Right?
Okay, how do you think you can help the world in the future? What do you think you can do to do your part?
Okay, now you are young, right? Are you young?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, she's young. And you are now in the learning process, right? Right. So one day, when you become successful and you meet your dream and you're a person that stands out in the world, you will definitely want to give back to society, right? And this is what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
Right. So read the slogan again. Come, read the slogan again.
Help us so we can help the world.
Help us so that we can help the world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, our slogan is your beauty, your confidence. Can depend on us. We purposely choose depend because today our theme is depend.
Okay, can you tell us briefly how did you come out with it and what did you learn out of the whole activity?
Oh, okay. Just like our handsome there and the beauty there. They have
What the handsome in the
telephone number. We are having new opening, 20% discount. You see our handsome and beauty, how handsome and beauty are they after they have done this facial.
Did you guys see how they wrote their entire jingle and slogan? They cut out separate letters and see the consistency in the font size. Can you see?
These colorful words stand for how beauty is our If you're interested, you can contact us or find us on Facebook. Here's our address. Just nearby HSBC. I don't know, somewhere in the world, I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
TK, let's go, group TK. Marketing manager help.
Okay, our team is called TK Group. So what we're going to do today to you guys are very creative one. We're going to make sure this is going to rock you, okay? So what are we going to promote to you today is
our Korean TV channel is called Sarangayo Station.
advertisement period. Yeah. This is our slogan is, what is our slogan?
You join me,
We rock it. Okay, because we are all so into Korean, so I can speak Korean as well. 안녕하세요. Okay, so thank you.
The phone don't take back, please.
Okay. So
How did you choose this?
sorry.
What did you?
Sorry.
How did you choose this topic and what did you learn from the entire activity?
You should speak. No.
Go on, keep playing the music. Maybe she doesn't help.
Itu Gangnam.
Okay, so
Because we love drawing K-pop.
You?
Can you
Do
say
you love
something?
drawing K-pop?
Because we all love the same things. Means we love K-pop. I want to promote K-pop to all the people in this room.
Yeah. Pass me the phone, bro.
The chaser.
The chasers. Come on, chasers. Come on, come on.
Orang buat ori ni, kamu kan dari pun ni, buat ori ni.
Okay, start. 3, 2, 1, go! Can you come in the front? So you can see it.
Our slogan today is about dream more and achieve it. A lot of people tend to look down on our dreams and our goals. Sometimes we accept their words and then we give up. But this is not what we're supposed to do. If people look down on you and says that your dream is not good or you can't achieve it, but all you have to do is just ignore them and believe that you can do it.
The last group.
Awesome. Very good. Very good.
Last but not least, you can? Let's read.
That's what I do.
Come on, dancer.
The lyric is meant for me.
Okay.
Okay, hello everyone.
Start your
First of all, I want to introduce my group, which is MJJ. Okay, this is our slogan. B-boy. It's all about dancing. Here, I guess all of us possess the same interest. We are all okay, dancing might. I mean, maybe we might not be the best dance crew, but as long as we like it, we do it. And let me briefly show you all our hard work.
Go, Michael.
Michael Jackson. What? Oh, that's please. No, we did a special revise for her. Revise. We also want to promote Revive. Keep done.
Okay, our slogan here is unbreakable move, get ready to move.
I think one more round of applause for all the participants, all the participants. Did you guys enjoy it?
Okay, for time management, we're going to jump straight into an activity. So the purpose of this is essentially to identify and discuss the priorities in your life. So what is more important to you and what is less important to you, okay? And then we need to categorize all these priorities based on urgency or level of importance. And then lastly, to prioritize on urgent tasks over the less immediate tasks. So just make sure that the ones that are more important to you, you do it first, and then the ones that are less important to you, do it later. Okay? So the task is basically, I think you can find in your worksheet as well. There will be a list that allows you to record the things you did yesterday, all the way from the moment you wake up until you sleep. So it can be things like lying on the bed for 30 minutes, talking to your friend on the phone, staring at the sky, bathing for 1 hour, breakfast for 20 minutes, studying for so whatever it is, but we need to record down every single activities, big or small, important or not, from the moment you wake up to the moment you sleep. Questions? All clear? Okay. Then we need to analyze on all those activities, highlight if there's anything that you feel is not productive. So meaning, if I look at this bathing for 1 hour, I suppose it's not very productive. There's only how much things you can wash. 1 hour not so productive. So there's something that's not productive and you need to highlight it. So this activity is to help yourself. So just try to be as honest as possible. And then at the end of it, you need to add up all the time that you have wasted. And how much, essentially ask yourself how much time do you spend every day doing unproductive activities, okay? And then the last one, obviously, we need to change, right? So you prioritize and construct a to-do list of 5 things maximum based on what you analyze. See how and what will you choose to declutter. So things that you know is not very productive, what are you going to do about it in the future? And then construct a schedule on everything you've listed, set a starting and finish point. Okay? So why not we start off with activity 1 and 2 first on your worksheet. And then if you have questions, just put up your hands, right? Let's try to spend about 15 minutes on this activity.
Time is just preview. Oh, they got Excel of this now. Where is the?
I think it's time management. Yeah. It's on slide 110. Alright, hang on a second. There is a video that I'm going to play.
Okay, before you start on the activity, there's a video that explains RAC training. Very simple, straightforward video. So once you look at the video, you should understand how do you actually use the RAC model to identify the task and actually assess how much time it takes.
Okay.
Right at the end of the day and realize you've accomplished nothing on your to-do list, well, odds are you're not very good at time management. And that is not doing your psychological health any favors. In fact, a study published in Work and Stress found that workers who didn't productively manage their time felt less in control of their lives. Here's the good news. you can get better. Paying attention to how you spend your time will help you manage it more effectively. And we're going to help you learn how to do just that. Today on Wellcast, we're going to get you in control of your day with our RAC method. Recording, analyzing, and changing. 3 easy steps to great time management. Pause and print a copy of our handy Wellcast day planner. Finish printing? Let's dive in. Step 1, recording. When you wake up tomorrow, note the time in your day planner. As the day progresses, write down everything that you do. Yes, we mean everything. The 10 minutes you spend getting dressed, a half day of productive work, the hours you spent between social networking sites, we mean it all. Keep this up from the time you wake up until you go to sleep. Step 2, analyzing. At the end of the day, go through the schedule and highlight any chunks of time that you don't feel were used productively. Pick out your 5 biggest time wasters in your day. Be honest with yourself. You spent a half an hour by the coffee machine talking to your coworker. You spent an hour on Facebook, and you stared into space for 20 minutes. Come on, you get the picture.
My favorite.
Especially focus on the time wasters at work. Why? A study published by the British Medical Journal says that workplace stress is minimized by effective time management. It also says that workplace stress bleeds over into home life and undermines a relaxed life at home. Here's the ugly part. Add up all the time you wasted. How much productive time did you blow on activities that got you no results? Step 3, changing. Now it's time to come up with a way to get that time back. Here are 3 ways to change your time-wasting habits and become a better time manager. Prioritize. To-do lists are a really effective way to manage your time and your priorities. Limit the number of tasks you have on this list to 5 and assign rankings to them in order of importance. Declutter. Not only is decluttering great for your health, but you won't waste time digging around piles of stuff to find that one piece of paper that you really need. Check out our Wellcast on Clutter for some helpful tips on lightening your load. Schedule. Hey, we all try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but odds are multitasking will actually just stress you out and delay you even more. Instead, set aside blocks of time for individual activities.
I need volunteers. Okay, who volunteers to present? Can we have one volunteer? From our teams. Elizabeth, you ready?
Elizabeth?
You saw me, don't pretend you didn't see me.
Elizabeth.
Huh? What's that? It's just sharing on what you did yesterday, right? It's very simple, very simple.
Well, we don't want to let it but rather we can just think about it. Yeah, look at the student, there's not much I guess better. But the matter of taking things more
Okay, Elizabeth is going to present. So, we get a round of applause. Okay, so what are your time wasted activities? On Facebook? Yes, spend 1 hour. 1 hour on Facebook every day, okay? And then this time on sleeping after school. How long is that? 4 hours. 4 hours after school. Every day. Okay. Take my bath. And I take shower like 1 hour. Wow. So that's 5 hours, 6 hours gone. Then I listen to music. 2 hours. But you just sit there and listen to music and you do something else at the time. No, I just sit there and listen. Oh, you just sit there and listen. We have 8 hours? Okay. 8 hours. Then I eat like 1 hour. But I think you start breakfast, lunch, dinner 1 hour.
1 hour each.
But I spend my things that on Twitter and I take too long.
Oh, okay, good. So let's say 1 more hour there, 10 hours. And then
I finish my food. 18 minutes.
Okay. Oh, girl is okay, right? Come on.
Yeah,
yeah,
say it's okay. Watch TV, take hours.
Sorry. You watch TV for 8 hours? So that's 9 plus 8, how much?
17.
Oh yeah, okay. 17. Okay, and then? That's all. Then so you spend 17 hours doing stuff, and then the rest 7 hours sleeping. Okay. So how? So I guess the stuff you listed here are things that you think are time wasting, is it? Okay. So how much is it? 17 hours. Okay. These are 5 things to do to change. And then how are you gonna do this? What? So you have listed. There are like 7 activities here. So what are the 5 things that's like top priority that you think should change? Why don't you shower and listen to music? Or you change clothes while listening to music at the same time. Okay, so what do you plan to do on this? You mean that you are going to totally shut down your Facebook account or so what are you going to do?
只有我们3个。
Basically, you're going to shorten down the time you spend on Facebook and watch that TV. You're going to slow it down. You're going to keep doing it. We're running out of time, so there's still one more thing we need to cover. I think we can skip the whole. Just summarize for today. Okay, I'm sorry you can't let anyone else present anymore. We're just going to quickly wrap things up. I hope that you've learned things today on critical thinking, on creativity, and most importantly on time management and how to prioritize. So before we jump to the to-do, just one thing on time management, because I feel like we are not covering enough. Everyone procrastinates, right? Every single person in this room procrastinates. Whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you always lie in bed, you feel like you want to spend 30 more minutes in bed. You watch TV, you want to feel like you want to forward on to the next episode. Everyone does that. So it's very important you know what is your weakness and how to control it. So if you know that TV drama or Korean drama is your weakness, then maybe you shouldn't be downloading so many of them on your laptop in the first place, right? Or you shouldn't be buying so many of those DVDs in the first place, so that you have a disciplinary system, okay?